England, an island nation, a land of rolling hills, ancient forests and bustling cities. Its landscapes are as varied as its history is rich. But beneath this idyllic facade lies a history written in blood and steel. A history that has shaped not only the nation but the world. To understand England, you must understand its military history. This history is a tapestry woven with threads of valor, strategy and sacrifice. For centuries, this small island nation has punched above its weight, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Its soldiers have been at the forefront of many pivotal moments in history. From the medieval battlefields of France to the trenches of World War I, English soldiers have fought with courage, ingenuity and tenacity. Their stories are etched into the annals of time. This is a story of innovation and adaptation. England's military history is a testament to its ability to evolve and overcome. It's about the evolution of warfare, from the castles and knights of old to the high-tech weaponry of today. Each era brought new challenges and required new solutions. We will journey through the annals of time, exploring the key battles, tactics and technologies that shaped England's military might. These moments of conflict and resolution have defined the nation's path. From the longbow, a weapon that changed the course of battles, to the dreadnought, a symbol of naval dominance, and the fighter jet, a marvel of modern engineering, we will witness the ingenuity and determination that characterized English military endeavors. Each innovation was a response to the demands of the time. This is not just a tale of battles won and lost, it's a narrative of human experience, of lives forever changed by the crucible of war. It's about the men and women who fought and died for their country. Their sacrifices are the foundation upon which modern England stands. It's about the sacrifices made and the legacies forged in the crucible of conflict. These legacies continue to influence the present and inspire future generations. By understanding England's military past, we gain a deeper appreciation for the country's present and its place in the world. The echoes of history resonate in today's geopolitical landscape. So let us embark on this historical journey, exploring the battles, the strategies, and the technologies that defined England's military prowess. Each chapter of this story offers lessons and insights. We will delve into the minds of great commanders, understanding their decisions and the impact they had on history. Witness the bravery of ordinary soldiers whose courage and resilience were the backbone of England's military strength, and uncover the secrets behind England's enduring military legacy. This legacy is a testament to the nation's spirit and its unyielding quest for survival and dominance. The medieval period, often romanticized as the Age of Chivalry, was a brutal and unforgiving time. It was an era marked by constant conflict and the struggle for power, where the ideals of honor and bravery were often overshadowed by the harsh realities of war. Warfare was a constant threat, and England's landscape became dotted with imposing castles, fortresses designed to withstand even the most determined sieges. These castles were not just military structures, they were symbols of power and authority, standing as a testament to the might of their lords. These stone behemoths, with their towering walls, fortified gatehouses and strategic placement, dominated the landscape and dictated the flow of warfare. Their construction required immense resources and labor, reflecting the wealth and influence of their owners. Within these castles lived the knights, the elite warriors of their day. They were bound by the code of chivalry, which dictated their conduct both on and off the battlefield. This code emphasized virtues such as bravery, courtesy, and honor. Clad in shining armor, wielding swords and lances, they were the embodiment of chivalry and military prowess. Their armor was not just for protection, it was a status symbol, often elaborately decorated to display their rank and heritage. Mounted on horseback, they charged into battle, their heavy armor providing protection from enemy blows. The sight of a knight in full armor, charging with lance in hand, was both awe-inspiring and terrifying to their foes. Knights trained from a young age, honing their martial skills through tournaments and mock battles. These events were not only training exercises, but also social gatherings, where knights could gain fame and fortune. Medieval warfare was not just about individual combat, it involved complex strategies and the coordination of large groups of soldiers. Commanders had to be skilled in the art of war, understanding the strengths and weaknesses of their forces. Large armies clashed on muddy battlefields, armed with swords, spears and axes. The chaos of battle was overwhelming, with the sounds of clashing steel and the cries of the wounded filling the air. Archers rained arrows down on enemy ranks, while foot soldiers engaged in brutal hand-to-hand combat. The role of archers was crucial, as their volleys could decimate enemy formations before the melee even began. Sieges could last for months, with attackers employing battering rams, siege towers, and catapults to breach the defenses of stubborn castles. Defenders, in turn, used every means at their disposal to repel the invaders, from pouring boiling oil to launching counterattacks. Life in medieval England was harsh, and warfare was a constant reality. The common people often bore the brunt of these conflicts, suffering from raids, famine, and disease. Yet, this period laid the foundation for England's military future. The experiences and innovations of medieval warfare would influence military tactics and strategies for generations to come. It was a time of innovation, with new technologies and tactics emerging. The development of the longbow, for example, revolutionized warfare, giving English armies a significant advantage in battles such as Agincourt. The castles, the knights, and the brutal realities of medieval warfare would shape England's military character for centuries to come. These elements became ingrained in the national identity, influencing not only military practices but also cultural and social norms. The 100 Years' War, a protracted conflict between England and France, marked a turning point in English military history. Spanning from 1337 to 1453, this series of battles and skirmishes saw the rise and fall of kings, the shifting of alliances, and the evolution of warfare itself. It was a time of great turmoil and transformation, where the fate of nations hung in the balance. It was on the muddy battlefields of France that the English longbow, a deceptively simple weapon, would prove its devastating effectiveness and etch its place in military legend. The longbow, made from yew wood, required immense strength and skill to wield. But in the hands of a trained archer, it became a formidable tool of war. Its power lay not just in its range, but in its ability to penetrate armor, making it a game-changer in medieval combat. The longbow, taller than a man and capable of firing arrows hundreds of yards, became a symbol of English military might. Its design was simple yet effective, and it could be produced relatively quickly and cheaply compared to other weapons of the time. This accessibility meant that even commoners could be trained to use it, giving the English army a significant advantage. Agincourt, a small village in northern France, became synonymous with the longbow's deadly power. The battle that took place there on October 25, 1415, would go down in history as one of England's most celebrated military victories. The terrain of Agincourt, with its narrow, muddy fields, played a crucial role in the outcome of the battle, as it hindered the movement of the heavily armoured French knights. In 1415, an English army, heavily outnumbered by their French counterparts, faced off against a force of heavily armoured knights. Led by King Henry V, the English troops were weary and outnumbered, but they were also disciplined and strategically positioned. The French, confident in their superior numbers and the strength of their cavalry, believed they would easily crush the English forces. The French, confident in their superior numbers and the strength of their cavalry, charged across the muddy battlefield. However, the mud and narrow terrain worked against them, causing chaos and confusion among their ranks. The French knights, weighed down by their heavy armor, struggled to advance, making them easy targets for the English archers. What followed was a massacre. The English archers, positioned on the flanks of the battlefield, unleashed a storm of arrows that decimated the French ranks. The sheer volume of arrows darkened the sky, and the sound of their impact was deafening. The French knights, once a symbol of invincibility, found themselves vulnerable and overwhelmed. English archers, positioned on the flanks of the battlefield, unleashed a storm of arrows that decimated the French ranks. Their precision and speed were unmatched, and the longbow's range allowed them to strike from a distance, keeping them relatively safe from the French cavalry. The archers' relentless assault broke the French lines and sowed panic among their troops. The heavy armor of the French knights, once a symbol of invincibility, proved little defense against the relentless hail of arrows. The arrows pierced through the armor, causing devastating injuries and fatalities. The French knights, unable to advance or retreat effectively, were trapped in a deadly crossfire. Their once formidable force was reduced to chaos and disarray. The English longbow, with its range and accuracy, had turned the tide of battle. The French forces, despite their numerical superiority, were unable to withstand the onslaught. The English archers' discipline and training paid off as they maintained a steady barrage of arrows, cutting down the French knights and infantry alike. The battlefield was soon littered with the fallen. A testament to the longbow's lethal efficiency, Agincourt was a watershed moment. It shattered the myth of French military superiority and demonstrated the effectiveness of a well-trained, well-equipped infantry force. The battle proved that numbers alone did not guarantee victory. Strategy, terrain, and the right weaponry could turn the tide in favor of the underdog. The English victory at Agincourt became a symbol of national pride and military prowess. It shattered the myth of French military superiority and demonstrated the effectiveness of a well-trained, well-equipped infantry force. The longbow, a weapon of the common man, had humbled the flower of French chivalry. The Battle of Agincourt highlighted the changing nature of warfare, where the common soldier could play a decisive role in the outcome of battles. The longbow, a weapon of the common man, had humbled the flower of French chivalry. The victory at Agincourt secured English dominance in the early stages of the 100 Years' War and cemented the longbow's legacy as a defining weapon in English military history. The battle also underscored the importance of leadership, as King Henry V's tactical acumen and inspirational presence were crucial to the English success. The victory at Agincourt secured English dominance in the early stages of the 100 Years' War and cemented the longbow's legacy as a defining weapon in English military history. The triumph was celebrated across England and the longbowmen were hailed as heroes. The Battle of Agincourt remains a powerful reminder of how innovation, strategy, and determination can overcome even the most daunting odds. As England emerged from the Middle Ages, its focus shifted from land to sea. No longer content with continental ambitions, England looked to the horizon, its ambitions fueled by exploration, trade, and the quest for empire. This maritime ambition brought England into conflict with Spain, a global superpower with a vast empire and a formidable navy. In 1588, King Philip II of Spain launched the Spanish Armada, a vast fleet of warships, to invade England and depose Queen Elizabeth I. The Armada, bristling with cannons and carrying thousands of soldiers, seemed invincible. England, with its smaller, faster ships, faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge. The English ships, commanded by Sir Francis Drake and Lord Charles Howard, harassed the Spanish fleet, using their superior speed and maneuverability to their advantage. The English gunnery, while lighter than that of the Spanish, proved surprisingly effective. The weather, too, played a crucial role, with storms scattering the Spanish fleet and hindering their attempts to land troops. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was a defining moment in English history. It marked the beginning of England's rise to naval dominance and secured its independence from foreign threats. The victory also ushered in a new era of naval warfare, one in which maneuverability, firepower, and seamanship would prove more important than sheer size and brute force, forever changing naval strategies.